Hi, this is Chris Mc Loone with Fire Apparatus and Emergency Equipment. I am in Westfield, Indiana today at the headquarters for IMMI. My guest today is Dan Veselsky. He is the Managing Director for Fire and EMS here. And the day began with a bit of a tour. And one of the things I did find out about IMMI that I did not know before was just how much into the vehicle crash testing IMMI is. So Dan, just start off, would you describe IMMI's place in vehicle crash testing vehicle crash testing?
Sure. CAPE, which stands for Center for Advanced Product Evaluation, is mainly in place to be doing testing on vehicles, commercial vehicles, not automobiles, but commercial vehicles. FireEMS, we do fire trucks, we do ambulances. We actually do cot testing for restraining cots to the floor. So we're a big part of that. We're a big part of everything you see in NFPA 1901, 1917. We do all those standards that you see there. We are capable to test for each and every one of those standards.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about and describe some of IMMI's capabilities for vehicle crash testing?
Sure. So we can do frontal crashes for frontal airbags. We can do rollover events for basically side roll airbags. We do pool testing. We do things basically for door latches. We can do just a multiple of testing for any type of vehicle, especially in the commercial vehicle industry. That we, again, as I said the last question, that's our main focus through CAPE.
Well, I didn't just come here for a tour of the facility today. There was another event that took place, and it was a demonstration of an ambulance rollover. Could you talk a little bit about what it was we saw today?
Sure. What we were trying to show is in the demonstration is the rollover itself is quite violent, and things happen on the outside of that vehicle that you're going to get dents, you're going to get lights busted off, you might get a horn busted off, but it basically comes down to what is inside of that box, and then the cab integrity of that box, and what do we do to protect the occupants of that box. EMTs are out there saving lives every day. We are here to try to help save lives of the EMTs. So we try to put in a seatbelt system called Performax that gives them freedom of movement but yet restrains them. We try to put airbags in unique locations in the vehicle to keep their heads out of cabinets and hard surfaces. So we do that all through the roll testing that we've done. So we wanted to prove out the system that was inside of that Horton cab today and say, okay, let's roll it, a real live rollover, and see what happens to our system. And it performed very well.
Well, we talked about the tour, we talked about the rollover, we talked about some of IMMI's crash testing capabilities, but also there are a number of products specifically for fire and EMS for that sector. Could you talk a little bit about what IMMI's products are for fire and EMS?
Sure. In 2003, we started in the fire industry, and we started with basically the Rolltech product. And the Rolltech product consists of a sensor, pre-tensioning, as well as rollover airbags. Okay. And then we moved into the frontal. So frontal testing includes frontal airbag with a steering wheel. So, and we provided all that services for the fire industry. And basically, every fire OEM today has Rolltech in their cabs. And I want to say 7 to 8 of the fire OEMs have frontal in their cabs. So what we've done is we've moved Rolltech forefront basically to become a household name in safety and fire trucks. And then the other thing we have done in the way of safety is Smart Dock. Smart Dock is a hands-free SCBA holder. Firefighter can put it on their back, pull out, no straps, no levers, no nothing, and after the fire they can take it right off their back and just snap it right in without anything else. They're ready to roll. So basically our advancements in this field have been forefront, Rolltech, Smart Dock, and then last but not least is our seatbelts. And our seatbelts, what we have done is our standard 3-point belt just quite didn't work well enough for firefighters because they put a turnout gear on. When you put turnout gear on, you become larger. Okay. And so the belt wanted to get caught in the door, in the nadir pin, because there's not a lot of room, as you know, between a seat and the door frame. So the belt's looking for any free space to move. Well, it found the outside of the door, and it found the nadir pin. So we said, how in the world can we address this challenge? So what we did is we had a dual retractor system made. with one tongue, so you got 2 retractors, one for the lap, one for the shoulder. And then we also put on a ready reach. A ready reach, when I'm sitting in my seat and I want to reach for the belt, I can't reach it right here, I have to turn. Ready reach helps me reach it right here and then pull it down. Ready reach is something that was born from FTNY. FTNY wanted us to retrofit every fire truck that they had in their fleet. We did so with ready reach, with dual retractors and orange webbing. And a guy by the name of Mike Wilbur was instrumental as that, as well as Andy Diamond at FTNY.
One of the things I learned today, one of the statements that was made by our tour guide as we went around was that the products that IMMI makes touch lives all over the world, and that's kind of a pretty big responsibility. And although you're responsible for the FireEMS end of this, I'm kind of just curious. I ask all my 5 questions interviewees this question: what keeps you up at night?
Sure. The thing is, how are we innovating? I want to make sure that we are innovating for the right reasons, to save lives of those who are saving lives of the American public. Firefighters going into a burning building, EMTs riding in the back of ambulances. What are we doing at IMMI for when they're in their vehicles to make sure that if there is an accident, that they're restrained and they're protected so they can go home? So that's what keeps me up at night, to make sure that we've done all we can at IMMI to make sure they go home to their families.
All right, great. Well, thank you very much again. Thank you for the hospitality
You're
today.
welcome.
And thank you for sitting down with me for a few minutes. And for anyone who wants to find out more information about the rollover demonstration today, just keep watching for www.fireapparatus.com. Thanks again.